So what it is phase transition? We have a really good blog on phase transitions, so it's really, I'd recommend having a look at that. But phase transitions are nursery to reception, year 6 to year 7, year 11 to year 12, and every year beyond year 12, and moving, if your child's in a 3-tier system, moving between those. So what is the process for phase transition? You'll have your annual review before the end of the autumn term. These are sometimes happening in sort of late summertime, but they should be before the start of November. These must take place if the first annual review was only a few months ago. Sometimes we have people saying, oh, but I only just had one. I've just had my annual review. Well, you will have another one for phase transition. Our blog on phase transition is really good, and it will give you more details about that. And that's on the website. There's a link on the slide there. So what do I need to think about for post 16 and beyond? Right. Unfortunately, phase transfer, that post 16 is the hardest of all. As soon as you've completed your post 16 transition, you could be looking at transitions every single year, depending on your child's course. It's worth considering when choosing your post 16 education establishment, the potential for your child to stay there for as long as possible and to prevent these continued transitions from one place to the next each year. Your child must be willing and able to carry on with their education and training post 16, and you will really have to vocalise this. As the young person's voice counts, they have to say that they are happy to remain in education and training. The local authority are going to be looking for any opportunity to cease the plan from here on in. If your child struggles to attend and engage, the local authority will put extra pressure on you to cease the plan. In addition, if the provision is almost non-existent for post 16 outside of mainstream sixth form colleges or mainstream further education colleges, if you think that trying to find a secondary school is hard, trying to find somewhere for post 16 is extremely hard. With this in mind, it's really important that you do your homework as parents really well in advance. So these are some of the things that you'll need to do. Check out courses that your child wants to engage with at the right academic level for them. Check out vocational options, including supported internships and apprenticeships. Your child does not have to attend an educational setting every day to be in education for post 16. Look at dual placements and work experience options. A dual placement is exactly as it stands. Some students can attend a college and then go off and do vocational qualifications and then come back to the college or specialist college and undertake the coursework there with the additional help that they need, that they, to the degree they would have had whilst they're in a school. Visit sixth form colleges and sixth forms. They only have open days every couple of years, every year, but start looking early. Because they run these, I think it's every autumn, I think, isn't it, Anna, that you get?
Yeah.
And you don't have to be looking at putting your child into further education college or a sixth form college at that particular time. You can go and say, my child's got an EHCP, I'm doing my homework, I'm just checking out to see what's available. Consider specialist colleges. That can include colleges that specialise in animal care, horticulture, art and design, technology. For children with complex needs, have a look at colleges that support young people to the age of 25. Children with a social worker need to be preparing to move to adult social care by the age of 18, and those will need ongoing support to live, work and engage in education post 18 will need to have an adult social care assessment. Prepare well in advance for the transition review meeting. Our annual review webinar will help you to do this, and we will be running a specific transition event early in the autumn term, and the links are on the slides there. Remember that full-time education is considered as 15 hours a week for post 16. This does not include time for therapeutic and preparation for adulthood needs. These must be provided in addition to the 15 hours education and dual placements, and can sometimes work out really well. All provision must be specified in section F and dual placements in section I. If you went to appeal for your EHCP in year 12, you'll need to update assessments or consider having addendums made before 18 if you're likely to appeal again. It's also worth remembering that appeals for post 16 are the child's own appeal, and they must agree to you to be their representative and run the appeal for them. You need to start thinking about and preparing for post 16 transition by no later than the autumn term of year 10, and you need to start doing your research during year 9.
It's loads of information and really useful stuff to start thinking about, and I think that's a bit of a shock to lots of parents. It almost feels you've only just settled in from the year 7 transition, haven't they, in year 9?
It's a nightmare because and lots of people don't realise that even if you're at a school that's got a sixth form college attached, you will have to do a phase transition for there. And as soon as you've done one, you are straight back into the next one. And because of the timescales on there, if you've gone to appeal for your post 16 and you've paid out all that money for professional reports, because of the timescale, they are going to be or just at the point of running out. And so you'll need to get those updated, and it's worth considering that for post 16, if you think you're going to need to use those reports again, to speak to your educational psychologist or your therapist and say to them, I'm going to need this updated, so can you write that with a view just in case I go to appeal and it's going to knock that time onto the fact that you're looking at them being over 18 months old.